On this special live episode of Geek Dad Life, we're going to talk about that just unveiled Ghostbusters Haslab Spengler's Proton Pack, and it's under $400. Yeah! There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Geek Dad Life. It's your host, Jay Glatfelter here. And yes, I decided to do this one live just because I was going to film like a reaction video. And then I just didn't have any time to do it, but I still wanted to talk about it. And I'm so freaking excited that we are getting a actual proton pack and it's under $400. I can't believe it. On Toy Geeks, with John, and then we had special guests from Yes Have Some, Ryan, their estimates were like $450. And I was like, no way it's going to be that cheap. This thing's going to be $600, $800, $1,000. Like, that was the price tags I had in my mind. And when I saw that price of $399, oh my gosh, I can't handle it. And so just wanted to do a video, wanted to hang out with you all and kind of sharing the excitement with the Geek Dad Life community and talk this thing through because, I had a lot of concerns and they seem to have all been quelled, mainly around price, and especially with so many Haslab projects this weekend. With the G.I. Joe Sky Striker, as well as the Rancor Pit Monster. And then putting this one on top of it, I really wanted that Sky Striker, but I think I can do them all now. And I'm just really, really pumped. Want to say hello to the chat. We got Alonzo here, Buddy West, Ross, PD Dubs. Heyo is in the house. Insomnia just ordered one. I ordered mine as well. I don't know if I was like in the first 50 or something. Probably not, but at least within the first 500. Tony is here. What happened isn't legit. It's totally legit, Tony. I promise. Dartherian is in the house. You guys couldn't wait. No, I couldn't. Let's see. Sam Clark ordered one. Well, happy with the price. Yeah, exactly. $359 in the UK. That's a fantastic price for our UK friends. Retro Action under $400 or about 350 pounds, give or take. Not bad. That's absolutely. David V, JR, Sergeant Slaughter's Slaughterhouse, Phineas Bog is here, Antonio, Billy, Cobweb. There's your baby J. Indeed. I backed it. I can't wait to get it. I totally agree. And Free Reign is here. Is huge news at $400, $399 US, an amazing price, an unbelievable price that I again am just over the moon about, and I think a lot of us are as well. Who are you gonna call exactly? Hydra Collectibles. Hi guys. Hello, Hydra Collectibles. Good to see you. All right. Too bad I just bought it. Oh no, Soldier. Hey, listen, that's not too bad. You still got a Soul of Chakotay Voltron. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. So let's see. I see us reaching. Yes, exactly. With that price point at $399, the first tier is 7,000 backers. And this thing just went live not 34 minutes ago. Let me do a refresh here. This was, I think, back when or just after I backed it. It's already over 1,200 backers, and that is in 34 minutes. So I got a good feeling about this. This is a great start, and I think they've nailed it with the price at $399. I just think that is fantastic. You have 46 days, and just look at this thing. It just looks fantastic. The cyclotron, the lights, the ribbons, everything about it, I think looks really good. I think there was concerns maybe it would be too battle worn and it wouldn't, you couldn't pass it off as maybe an 84 pack. But to my eyes, I think it looks pretty darn good. Yes, it's probably a little bit more worn than an 84 pack, but honestly, it looks the part. It looks legit. has not quite an Alice frame on it, but I'm sure customizers with all these extra holes in here and stuff like that, you could probably attach your own Alice frame to it. So I think that's pretty good. And maybe, I mean, Alice frames are like the Army surplus, so it's not like you can't go get those. So I think that's an okay feature here. Again, saving money and weight and shipping and all that kind of stuff. But the fact that the cyclotron opens up and you can kind of see all the gears inside, I mean, how awesome is that? That's such a cool feature. I do have to have a bit of a sad trombone on the 84 ooze, and that is exclusive to Hasbro Pulse Premium members. I stopped doing it. I did the first year of it, but it just wasn't worth the $50. And so they start doing more stuff like this. I guess maybe they'll entice more people to do it. But that's a bit of a bummer. But still a neat feature for those that have dropped the money again for another year. But oh my gosh, all it looks fantastic. I believe January says no Alice frame. No, it does not come with one. But if you look at the back, again, I feel like there's some extra holes here that you can attach an Alice frame to it. I have an Alice frame attached to the Spirit Pack, and to make it look more legit. And I'm pretty sure we should be able to customize it to put an Alice frame on it. So that should be pretty good. Riley Bob, let them have the ooze. All right, Riley Bob. That's fair. That's fair. Exactly. It's a small enough thing, Antonio. I agree. It's not that big a deal. You could buy some translucent vinyl and cut it. You're totally right. Does it look small on that guy? I think it's because it doesn't have an Alice frame. The Alice frame kind of adds some bulk to it. Because by their accounts, it's kind of a 1-for-1 scan. So I think if you add the Alice frame to this pack, I think it will fill out really nicely. From my perspective. And that's, that's what I would say on where did Billy January's comment go? On concerns, it looks a little bit small in this gentleman, but I think size is right. I just think without the Alice pack, it doesn't look as bulky. Dartherian Bustin makes my wallet feel thin. Indeed. But again, I was a little at $3.99. That's doable. I can do that. I can sell a few things and scrap together $400 in a pinch with all this stuff lying around, especially for something like that. Yes, let's talk about it. You need the Spengler Neutrino wand, as Matt Yoakum said. And so for those that bought it, and let me stop screen sharing here. For those that bought it, we're kind of already set. But if you haven't gotten one yet, and for a few of my friends, and I even was texting with John right before jumping on here, he picked one up on Big Bad Toy Store. So if I would get it quick, if you haven't gotten it yet, I don't know what the supply is out there, but if you haven't gotten your Spengler Neutrino wand, get it fast, because I don't foresee them adding another wand to one of the bigger tiers. I don't foresee that. Because if this is like $100, I don't see them putting that much value in it if it hits those higher tiers. I don't know though. I don't know, but better safe than sorry. Definitely pick up your Spengler Neutrino wand if you haven't yet. And on our Toy Geeks episode on Friday, Ryan was talking about how this thing is so ripe for customization and adding things in and out, and it definitely will probably be the same case with this Haslab Proton Pack as well. Let's see. Yep, Dartharian got mine before the Haslab went on, so that is good. Antonio, since it will support the Spengler wand, we could use that for scale reference probably. Yeah, exactly. And it has that little connecting point there. They use real metal for this. So yeah, I think it'll scale just fine, especially if you add your own Alice frame to it. Again, I don't see them adding that as a tier just because it's an Army surplus item that you can just go buy. What's the website for this? This is HasbroPulse.com. If you go on the very top, you can click on Haslab right here. A link will take you to it. And then you just click, the back button, and you kind of go from there. Cool thing is you don't have to pay this $400 right now. and it'll be more than that. After taxes, probably $430 US. In the UK, it's $350 or 350 pounds. But if it does fund in 46 days, 6 hours, that $399 is going to get taken out of your bank account. So just be prepared for that. So it's not today, but if it does back, and it may very well at already 1,200 backers, just be aware and prepared for that. Jay holding it down by himself seems odd, but cool. Yeah, I know. No John, no Ralph. I already did a live stream earlier today with Ralph to talk about the He-Man or Masters of the Universe Revelation Part 2 trailer. Check that out if you haven't yet. And again, I was just going to do a quick reaction video, but I didn't have as much time because 7 o'clock is bedtime, shower times for the kids. And I really wanted to talk about it ASAP. So I was like, I'll just do it live. We'll do it live. And I didn't want to, make John jump on too. I think it's around his dinner time, maybe around his bedtime. He usually doesn't like staying up too late. But anywho, let's see. Solon Vega, I still have hangups about the size, on the size. Yeah, again, I can understand that, but I think the weird sense of scale is that it's not an Alice frame. So the way the shoulder straps and everything it'll look smaller. I mean, if you think about it, if anybody's put an Alice frame to their Spirit pack, it makes it look that much bigger than it's already small size if you don't have the Alice frame. So I think that's how that goes. Geek Dad, how are the wand and pack on a link? Why does the pack not come with the hose? It's a really good question. And, it's something of note about, I was kind of trying to read between the lines on all of this. And it seems like, and I want to see if I can pull it up. Where was it? But it seems like it doesn't come with a cable yet. So again, those are things that it's a pretty cheap add-on, but maybe that could be one of the tier add-ons. No, Astrom is not big, but I'm just saying the way it looks on your back, it'll look different. So that's what I'm saying there. Are Alice's easy to get? I mean, I got mine, heck, 16, 17 years ago. People get them all the time though, so I assume it's not hard to get. That's my assumption. I hope it's not hard to get. Was it Alice frame cost under $100? The last time I checked, I think I bought mine for $40. Well, let's look up Alice frame and see if there's any for sale. Here's one on Amazon in olive drab for $54.98. So there you go. And depending on how the pack is set up, this should be, I would assume, and what to say about assuming, but it should be a pretty easy add-on to the pack to make it more accurate. So luckily, they are relatively easy available. That's $54 on Amazon. Let's see, Army Navy Outdoors, probably an Army Surplus website, $52.99. So there you go. So not too expensive or pricey an add-on to make your Spengler Haslab Proton Pack. Yeah, exactly. I would also recommend, if you can, just go to an Army Surplus store and see if they have one there. Save on if there is shipping or anything like that. That's when I got mine. Riley Bob, come on, everyone, say it with me. Back the pack, back the pack. Yes, agreed. So yeah, let's talk about the Spengler wand connecting. If you got the Spengler wand way back when, a year ago, it does have a different attachment on the back. I don't have it here with me. It has like another kind of nub off the back end to connect it to a hose. So that is definitely a part of it. So whether maybe tier 1 doesn't have a hose, but I got a feeling, especially because in the video they showed the pack from the studio and it had the hose there. So I think that's going to be a tier. I got a feeling it's going to be a tier. So that's my fingers crossed hope with that one. What's the point of the Hasbro Pulse? Yeah, premium shows. I think it's just, we've talked about it on Toy Geeks on Sunday's episode, but just to add, I guess, an extra benefit, because honestly, I stopped doing it because I didn't think it was that much of a benefit to do it. So, but that's that. Solon's, I think he's feeling a little salty about this thing. Okay, cool. So $400 and I have to add mods. Listen, for all of us that aren't good at building proton packs, which is me, and I've wanted my own replica proton pack for my whole life. Heck, what am I talking? My whole life. But like knowing that there's a community that does it and wanting to make one, at least 20 some odd years, and I still haven't been able to do it. So the fact, and again, having someone do it for you, you're talking about at least $1,000, not a couple $1,000s. And so if you're telling me $400 plus, now let's frame me $50, cable, if you're under $500 all in, come on, I'll take that deal any day. Plus the lights and features and all that kind of stuff. Come on. That's for me. Insomnia, yeah, feeling the same. Yeah, what you're telling the same as me. Yeah, exactly. And you're talking about $2,000 for, and again, I think they'll still have their place, the customizer packs, but for those of us that just don't want to drop that much, or maybe just don't have an extra $2,000 lying around at any given time, I think this is a really great solution. I really do. And the fact that it's $399 US, $350 UK sterling, I think they knocked that out of the park. Take my money now. Agreed, Tony C. Agreed. Jason, considering how much making your own costs, $400 shouldn't be an issue. Totally agreed. Now to invest in a jumpsuit, indeed. Again, I bought a flight suit years ago at an Army surplus store, but I would like a really nice one. So maybe now that I've got like a real legit pack, I might invest in a really nice a flight suit. So, all right. They have 4 tiers planned, and I love how they've kind of organized them by the Venkman tarot cards or whatever they are. But so we've got class 1 lock, class 2 lock, class 3 lock, class 4 lock. So 7,000 backers officially fund the project. I assume at that point they'll unveil what the first tier is, which is at 9,000 backers. And it's a class 1 unlockable stretch goal. And it's called the Classic Bundle. Just a couple of wavy lines. Let's make this larger. And they're calling it the Classic Bundle. So, I don't know if there may be add-ons to the pack or things you can add to make it look more like the 84 pack. If that's so, I think it's a really nice add-on. And then at 11,000, we have the Afterlife Bundle. Don't know what maybe things they could add on to it. Maybe some, if you've seen the Plasma series figures, they have little mini puffs that hang off the side of the pack. Maybe that's what it is. Or I don't know, something else that could pertain to the film. At 13,000 backers, class 3, you have the Spengler special. If it's supposed to connect to the wand, my guess is maybe that's where the cable comes into effect. If they do a cable that way, I don't know. I'm curious maybe how that goes. Or the Spengler special, that always brings to mind his PKE meter. But again, it seems like a pretty high level thing that would warrant its own SKU, not something to be thrown in here. But we'll have to see. Jason Woods, I totally missed the card reference to the symbols. I just watched the movie again yesterday. It's okay. Let's see. Minifigure says the PKE and Ecto Goggle are the classic, but oh my goodness. But again, like that seems like a really large tier, right? Because they could charge, I don't know, $70 for a PKE and another $70 for the Ecto Goggles. I don't know if they would just give that to us for free, but who knows? If they do that, holy moly, I think that's amazing. But I don't see that. Phineas Spot kind of agrees with me. The Spengler special probably the host because again, it's tying in the Spengler Neutrino one. This is the Spengler pack. That's kind of where I think they would do it. Maybe they throw in a Spengler patch, an arm patch for your suits, maybe something like that. That's more of the scale of I think something they throw in, not another prop, which they could probably just make and sell separately. And then yes, at 15,000 backers, there's the Supernatural stand. Hasbro Halloween special, even if it's not shipping in time. Yeah, so I think the supernatural stand is just simply, I think it's a cool stand for your proton pack. The fact they're saying supernatural, maybe it's translucent, so it looks like it's floating or something like that. Maybe it's translucent green plastic, or it's just a stand and they're calling it supernatural stand to make it seem cooler. So that's it. I'm with you, Darthian. Where's the RGB bundle? I agree. A real Ghostbusters for life. Absolutely. Justin, that's a good theory on the Spengler pack. I wonder if it comes with mold, spores, and fungus. That's a really good call out, Justin. That's a really good idea, because they even showed the more spores and mold, spores, and fungus at in the trailer. So we know it's going to be in the movie. I think that's makes sense. Ooh, Phineas Box, Spengler's glasses. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Let's see, Riley Bob, is it made mostly of metal or mostly metal-looking plastic? I think more of the latter, especially, with the Spengler wand. I think it's going to be a similar construction and feel to that. But I don't think that's necessarily a knock, because it's hefty. It doesn't feel like a toy in your hand, and it looks good, and it's maybe not as heavy. And they're saying that this pack is lightweight. So that means to me it's probably more plastic than metal. Maybe there's some metal parts to look the part, or weathering and paint to make it look like that. But if it makes for a lighter pack, I think I'm cool with it. And again, it leaves space for the customizers that, spent more money and put the time in to make it truly a true replica. Those will be the metal ones that are heavy and like more, true to the film. So everybody has their space. Let's see. Antonio, maybe the Spengler special could be schematics and drawings for the pack. That'd be cool. That'd be a nice throw in. For sure. I think it's a hybrid like the wand, maybe. Let's see here. James says, are they going to make more if they make the 7,000? Oh, absolutely. They'll just make as many. Again, this isn't going to probably be fulfilled until next year this time. Let me see. They say when it's going to arrive. Spring of 2023. So not even this time next year. About a year and a half probably until we get it. So, however many back, that's where they go. This is a good question here. Sorry, Scott Nylack, seems like the Matty Collector props are outdated, but his other lines are great. Well, I think they're of their time. At the time for the Matty Collector props, that was the first time we ever got stuff like that. And their secondary market prices are insane. So clearly people dig them. But I do think you're right. The Proton Pack itself was always that white whale, especially in the Matty Collector days. And when the Ecto one didn't get backed, we kind of knew that at that point, okay, they're not going to do a Proton Pack. It'll never happen. And the fact that, that was, 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. And here we are, that much time later. And we have the Haslab concept. And we might very well have an actual Proton Pack that looks legit on our walls, on our backs, in our cosplay. And I think that's really stinking cool. And you know what, though? I think that the wand from the Matty Collector one will probably still work. Yeah, our new art will have this will be the RTV. Again, like if they can do this, if they can do the pack, the biggest thing, anything's possible, right? Anything is possible. Robofet, I'm with you there. 2023, that's a long wait. Listen, we've waited for some of us since 84, right? To have a real deal one. I felt Bobby Brown in Ghostbusters 2 when he wanted, can I get one of those Proton Packs for my kid brother? And then Egon said the Proton Pack is not a toy, but I was like, come on. Listen, I love my Kenner pack, Egon, but I want the real deal. And I was too small to probably have one on my back, but now I'm grown and can put the Proton Pack on my back. I just so excited. Jason Woods, I got my suit and wand ready. Bring me my Proton Pack. Agreed. It has gotten announced. It is on Hasbro Pulse. You can go back it right now. Let's see. It was goodness, settle down. Team Up series. I don't want this. Go away. All right. So when I started, it was at 300 and some odd, right, backers? And then was it a few minutes ago? It was 1252. Let's refresh again. Let's see where we're at. 1526. Let's do it, people. We've got 46 days. We'll get the Ecto Trap RC attachment as the next hat. Yeah. Absolutely. That would be amazing. Again, that the trap prop from Matty Collector is insane on the secondary market. So it is ripe for one to be made. And then I can't remember, what was that company? They did a trap as well, but it was just it didn't actually do anything. And it was just it was like $500 or something like that. That was $500. And the fact we're getting a proton pack for $399.99. Come on. Or hey, maybe they made that sign which was too small and it was like $1,000. Maybe they'll do a real sign. That's probably too big. Justin says, I'm worried they're running too many Haslab. I agree, Justin. I'm worried as well. But I think the price point they brought it in at here at $399.99, I think is more than giving them a chance. So it's even more than just saying.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
It is far beyond that because I really think, especially at already 1,500 backers, we got a really good chance to get it. He's like, crush that like button as if you're Conan. Indeed, sold. I'm with you, DM Lloyd. That's right, Hollywood Collectible Group. I think that's and that was $500, and it didn't really have any features or anything. Ooh, kind of wish there was a GB2 bundle for slime blowers. Maybe they could do a slime blower eventually, or it would have been really nice if one of the tiers was like the video game tier because all the attachments and stuff from Ghostbusters the video game are really cool, and the fact that the Spengler Neutrino wand gave a nod to the video game. So when you start yours up, it has the normal traditional, but then you can switch it, and you have the slime blower. What was this? The boson darts, or was that the other one? So that was a really nice little feature to add that to the Spengler pack. So yeah, it would be cool if one of the tiers did have like some cool Ghostbuster video game attachments, even though it doesn't look like that is really being telegraphed anywhere for sure. Let's see. I'm liking the number get funded. 7,000's doable. 7,000's doable for sure. Hydra Collectibles, what's the deal with the packs and guns separately? Yes, it's true, but I think in this case, probably cost and price and everything is maybe they worry is a limiting factor. So separating it up makes it maybe more feasible. Boba Fett, Haslab 1:1 scale Ecto 1. Let's go, Hasbro. Oh my goodness. I'd settle for a Plasma Series 6-inch scale Ecto 1, but I feel you. The biggest question, Antonio, is will the batteries be sold separately? I can almost guarantee that. For sure. And it probably won't be double A's. It probably have to be like 7 C's, like one of those old toys from our youth when you had like 6 C batteries in there. Boson is right. There you go. Thank you, Dartherian. Again, Arbit, if you missed earlier, I think we're saying probably in one of the tiers we'll get the hose, maybe. But yeah. And Flash, are the wands really different between? I think if it seems, and we don't know the movie yet, but it seems in the movie maybe Spengler kept up with the ghost busting business and maybe modified his weapon as he kind of continued using it over time. And that's the feel I got from his wand with the addition of the wood grip and the kind of the tape here to make it easier to hold. And so if this is Spengler's farm, the tech that's probably in there is Spengler's gear. So I think that's why there's this focus on it being Spengler's wand versus any of the others. And that's why I think, because again, this seems to be focusing on his grandkids. So, that's why it's there. Have a great night. Thank you. 1567 now. Let's do it, people. Let's do it. You know what? I don't see why they wouldn't. Re-release the wand for those that miss out. I hope they do. Self-help hero. But if they don't, and if you're interested in it, get the wand now. Don't waste any time. Not talking about the built-in straps with the back of the pack looks possible. Exactly. That's, it's not ideal, but Alice packs are relatively inexpensive. And with all those extra kind of holes and ports there that looks like on the back of it. Where's the pictures here? It looks like you should be able to add and mount an Alice frame to it. Like with all that space and these extra holes here, that's about where the Alice pack lines up on if you actually have an Alice frame. Like if you look here on the surplus store, it kind of has indents right where those extra holes are. Oh my goodness, settle down. So that you could probably, drill holes in the Alice frame to then attach it to right here, maybe. I don't know, something like that. And go from there. 1585. Look at it, it's going crazy. It's going crazy. Get your Alice frame now. Don't wait. Check your army. Yeah, check your army supply stores for sure. That's probably your best deal. I would think on that one. All right. I think that's a good place to close it out because I have to go get my kids ready to go to bed. So thank you, everybody, for talking about this new pack. If you are interested in it, back it. I think this is one of those things that us Ghostbuster fans have been dreaming of for so long. So if this is our chance, it's a call to arms, if you will, to finally actually have a true blue proton pack. And I'm just so excited, so over the moon. A YHS crossover soon. Apps always down for a YHS crossover. Love all of the YHS crew. We just had Ryan on Toy Geeks on Saturday, so we did just have a crossover, but always down for more with those wonderful people. Definitely check out their Toy Anxiety. They just did it last night. It was a 2-hour episode, jumbo sized. From the lovely YHS peeps. All right, that will do it. Hold on, let me play the song for Geek Dad Life. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this special Geek Dad Life live stream. How do you like this format? Do you want me to do this more often, too? Just let me know. I just love hanging out with you all in the Geek Dad Life community, the GDL crew. We will be back. Let's see. Maybe not Sunday because Halloween's coming up for Toy Geeks. So we might do Monday. We'll kind of see how that goes. But I will say on November 7th, and do more prep or promotion as it comes, Dan Larson from Toy Galaxy will be joining us for a special episode of Toy Geeks. So not this Sunday, but next Sunday's Toy Geeks will feature special guest Dan Larson from Toy Galaxy be joining us live, which will be really great. Thank you again to everybody in the chat. Always love hanging out with you. And until next time, hasta luego and goodbye.